Hi everybody, and today we're going to do the crowdfunding channel again. We are going to go through mainly Kickstarter and of course GameFound, some of the projects that actually caught my attention. This is purely my opinion, no way of having some criteria or is it sponsored by certain game companies, so that I talk about it and things like that, but just purely the stuff that I actually took notice of. So before everything starts, why don't we just revisit one of the old games that I saw. That was like Blade Rondo. So Blade Rondo, I actually kind of made a fumble in the previous video that's talking about what is it about, and I realized that there was actually a couple of stuff here. So I will scroll down all the way to the optional buys that I thought was part of Blade Rondo, but it turns out it's not. I just realized that these are some of the other games that actually are published by the same publisher, but it's not not part of the Blade Rondo. So we have specifically games that it starts from here onwards. So here you will see like there's this one called Agot, Pralaya, as well as Miraris, Magot, Latin, and so on. So actually to be honest, I wouldn't advise that you back the project in order to get these games, because that was initially my thought. Maybe throw in a $1 pledge or something so you can get hold of this, because the price is way overpriced, to be honest. You could actually get it from other stores. So I probably don't want to name the stores because I know in no way affiliated to the stores. Don't want to be like seen driving traffic to them or things like that. But if you cannot find the place to buy them in the United States, do drop me your comments. I will reply with the link to the shops where you can get. I think some of these games are like about $12 US or much less than that. I'm not seeing the shipping yet though, but it's definitely way under $15, way under $20. So if you just want to get some of their past games, from this company, so you can actually get a hold of it without backing the Blade Rondo, if that is one of the options you're considering. But if you like Blade Rondo, so still go ahead with it. They're actually published by Jap Anime Games, originally by this Japanese company, which slips my mind now. I could not remember the Japanese company. It starts with D something. Domania is the name of the company here. Huge and big, how could I miss that? So anyway, so there's just a bit of like correction kind of. Let's start with Kickstarter. So Kickstarter, there's a few games that actually caught my attention. So the first one will be the one that's currently being displayed. As you can see, this is the Welcome to Dark Orleans. So this is if you know the company Lucky Duck Games, they created Chronicles of Crime, which I truly love. They created Destiny as well, not so much. I have just only tried that on TTS and they like it due to some mechanism issue. But they are very, very good with integration with apps. So they actually created this very dark, 1920s kind, like almost Lovecraftian stuff, based in the New Orleans with some murders and as well as to solve it. So continuing a little bit of but there are supernatural monsters as well. So continue a bit, kind of like the Chronicles of Crime type, I guess, but with a little bit of supernatural overtone of it, and so it's quite interesting. As you can tell, the apps is required. So actually, I'm quite buying into the game. A friend actually also introduced this to me, so I thought I'll give it a look. And actually, to be honest, I'm very interested. The only thing that actually stops me from backing this is that I realized that the pledge is actually not even. So I usually go all in. It's not the base game. I want to get a hold of the an expansion, which I will be otherwise maybe not able to get it. And that comes to about I think it's about 94 euro dollars, about 100 and let's say there's about $150 or so. And the thing is that I could get this a lot cheaper at retail. I'm pretty sure of it. I got a whole Chronicle of Crime Millennium minus the the Chronicles of Time itself at a much cheaper rate than what people have paid for on Kickstarter with free shipping. So that is what is holding me back, and I think I will go ahead and do that. The artwork is very nice. I love it. but I know probably not the Kickstarter right now for me, so this is what I've decided for this game at least. And I mean, yeah, you know, do check it out if you really want to be formal about it, you want to make sure you get hold of everything. This could be your chance. So the next thing was actually I was also introduced to this major big DC deck building game, and I think a lot of people actually know this DC deck builders is really fantastic. Pretty much rival the legendary ones from Marvel, and they have actually had a lot of history. So this is like the 10th anniversary, as you can see. So you might have seen the board arts for some of the older games. Here there's plenty of it, and there's plenty of chance to like get hold of the older, even out print stuff here, and without a box if you want to. So that cut down the cost, but they are actually bringing rivals and some new stuff to this multiverse box as well, to this new campaign. Everything looks good, pretty good, and it's like I really like the DC superhero stuff, Batman, Superman, all stuff. There's a lot of deeper story in it than some of the more superficial Marvel ones. Although Marvel's X-Men truly is great, but thanks to Fox and Disney, they are like never together now. So anyway, back to the game. There's plenty of content here. In fact, there's far too much content. And there's also a box to like keep holds out of them. There's a good chance for you to get this, but of course the only problem holding you back might be because the price point. So I think the ultimate price point is can go pretty high, all the way to something like about $250 US, or this for retailers. So it should be somewhere around here with most of the stuff. I mean, if not all the stuff, with the playmat as well. That will be about $200 US. So are you willing to fork out that much for a deck builder? Probably that's a bit over my budget, even though I truly like this game. Might decide to go selectively with some of them, or maybe could get hold of some of these others through retails, and at least I don't have to pay shipping, right? I'm not sure how much the shipping, but because shipping is always been one of the key consideration for me for all this crowdfunding stuff, because shipping always been like a very bad deal for people in Asia like me, and sometimes it outweighs any profits, or not profits, I mean any benefits of getting the game at all. So look at the crazy shipping, man. The crazy shipping is like, if I didn't get this wrong, let me see, this is, other than retailers, it's about $72 for the Infinite Pledge. That's like crazy, right? Isn't it? That's almost 40-50% of the cost of the game. Doesn't seem like it's worth it for people in Asia, unless you're in China or Hong Kong, which is about definitely less than half of that. To be honest, this is quite likely I will skip this. Yep. I mean, I just want to be honest about it. Don't want to be like introducing you to some campaign and then in the end I say I'm interested, but actually I'm not backing it. But of course, it doesn't really matter, right? Why back something just because I backed it? I mean, that's not the point, right? So Escape from Stalingrad Z is this game. You can really go low or you can go really high. As in, there isn't too much about the gameplay. I have not seen the video, but the whole team is not bad. With Stalingrad, with zombies and stuff, a bit of post World War II alternate timeline, and there is options all the way from like print and, I think there's just the print and play content, which actually could be quite low. I think it's almost like, let me see, the digital content is kind of like something like about 15-16 USD or so. There's Canadian dollars. In fact, those Canadian dollars are $16. It's actually very cheap for just the PDF and print and play stuff. But if you go all the way, you want all the miniatures, then that could really cost you, because you will be talking about something like about 100 overs, maybe less than 200 USD, but definitely somewhere around there. So this is all up to you, how far you want to go in this, and whether you like this game a lot. I mean, they are doing pretty well. I mean, there are a lot of miniatures, but I'm just not too intrigued with the miniatures. I mean, it's just zombies, there's about 120,000, I think, US dollars. And I think they are doing pretty okay. This will be funded. This have your 8 days more to decide on this. So Kickstarter, I always like complain, they don't have a way to structure all the stuff that I know I'm interested in a way. But anyway, today we are pretty lucky. Most of the stuff that I'm interested in kinds to turn up. So Iconoclash is a collaboration, kind of like the Smash Up Bros or something like that. In Switch, it's a platform fighting game where you have characters from various different companies, all put together. Maybe a little bit like Capcom versus Marvel or kind of stuff like that, but with rather new and unique characters, especially this cute Conquisitor, which actually is like so adorable and stuff. And they have many boxes with different heroes from different collaborations, include level 99 and so on. So it's up to you whether you want it or not. So you can see this is some of the maps you will fight on. There will be treasure drops, pick it up, power up, and then continue fighting and take out the opponent. So seems pretty decent. I mean, I like the artwork and stuff, but the price point also you can go low if you do not go FOMO with wanting everything. That's it starts anywhere from about $20 all the way to $80 or $180 if you want to have the chance to keep everything. But also there are other pledges where you can design and have your own avatars and other stuff inside. So this is something I had been looking at it, but in the end I decided that because I have enough of a lot of two-player games, two-player 1v1 kind of games. Like Blade Rondo would definitely be kind of like a competitor to this. So I'm not sure whether if I want both of this, in the same collection for me. I hope they fund. They are like I think they are funded, but not doing fantastically. But they're already talking about season 2 in the Board Game Geek. I think the author is there and stuff. I don't know about something about this Jackass Killers, so I'm not sure what it is. But Maul Peak is actually Maul Peak is a continuation of I think this. Let's see if I can get a name right. It's sequel to Skull Hollow. So this is a game pretty much like Shadow of the Colossus in PlayStation 1. I think maybe they did rebuild it for PlayStation 4, I'm not sure. But this has a Seal of Excellence from Dice Tower, say some things about it. Quite a lot of award. Basically climbing on the monsters, chopping off their parts, and then taking the monsters out. So it's a 1v1. So one of the guys will be taking the monsters, and one will be taking the Creators heroes, jumping onto them, dealing damage, taking out the body parts part by part. And I mean, it looks a lot more cute than the actual what I'm describing, but don't let that put you off. So this is like giving you more options where you can mix with Skull Hollows, giving you some mix and match variety to this, but mainly it's 2 players, so there is no solo mode for this, unfortunately, not that I know of. And because of that, I think it's a bit hard because we have to go versus for you can't have like 2 players going against a single boss. That was a kind of pity. I'm not sure if they have actually addressed that, but that would be my concern because I would rather prefer to have this cooperative. Sorry for the quick scrolling. Because this I was interested, but I was not really like going to back this. There's quite a few Kickstarters actually that's quite interesting, but I promise that I will scale down on the amount that I'm going to spend. So there's some things that I'm interested, but I still have to hold back. Another one of this is the Anastyr, maybe that's the way to pronounce it. This is from Mystic Games. Do know that Mystic Game, I have actually never backed one of their projects because there seems to have a lot of problem with delivery and stuff. So it's my own prejudice, I guess. And they are miniatures heavy, so they create pretty good miniatures. This is of course painted. You won't get the painted version, but look at all the miniatures that you have. So that jacks up the price, and I'm sure this is not cheap. I don't know how much this will cost, but look at the dragon. Look at the dragon, man. I think you're going to end up having to pay for this. So we are starting from anything from $130 onwards, and that's, I'm sure, is far from everything. To get everything is about, is it that cheap? It's about $160. That's the dragon pledge. Let's see if there's any other things below. Nope, that's all. I think this is pretty good. It's $160. That's not really that bad. So maybe you can consider this, or maybe I could consider this as my, you know, first back of the one of Mystics games. You know, of course, but you know, I don't mind standees, to be honest. Colorful standees is something good. And I really have no idea what to do with the dragon. By the way, the artwork is pretty good. This is quite a new campaign, so it has just kind of caught my eyes recently, and I kind of like, you know, just skim through it because, you know, it's from Mystic game. I'm fearful of some of the bad experience that other people have experienced with them, especially with the previous games. A lot of the games I think is still not even delivered. So yeah, but we have kinds of a lot of miniatures. Some of the miniatures are pretty good. As you can see, you know, the horse, I mean, all the muscles and stuff, I like it. And you know, more horses in different colors, I guess. So but I'm not sure if this will hold. No, this, I'm a little bit worried about the miniatures. Look at this. It looks like this will break off easily, so I'm not sure if they will manage to pull this off. Also, same thing with this, you know, just a tiny bit, you know, holding a big part together, but I guess this one's a lot easier. So some of these miniatures, like, you know, there's tails. I'm a little bit worried because I have quite a few of the miniatures I've broken when it arrived to me recently, and I realized that, you know, shipping is far from perfect, especially with recent times where, you know, people has to be pretty selective, you know, on the way that, you know, they could ship stuff, and it's usually not even the most expensive one. So I think I'm interested. I want to, you know, keep this in my list so that I save it, and then maybe if I'm going to back this, I'm going to let you know. But right now, status quo, I have to, you know, really limit myself to what I'm backing. Autobahn, I'm not interested, so I'm not really like looking at it. So I just briefly glanced through to see if I missed anything here. You know, he has been recommending me a lot of things that's not board game related. I don't know why. Recently, you know, maybe I'm looking into a lot of you know, RPGs, you know. And by the way, Dragonlance is like, you know, launching some new stuff, so actually I'm pretty interested in that. This is a very good miniature range, which you know, I'm promised myself not to buy more miniatures unless it's dirt cheap. So we have other stuff, you know, like this cute kitty stuff. You know. Okay, so let's not just dive too much into it, because then I'll end up with another 1 hour video for, you know, the crowdfunding channels. This is just meant to be like, you know, a casual talk about stuff. Let's quickly go to Game Found, because I think there's a lot of things there that I'm interested. Okay, so Blade Rondo was the one that I already mentioned. There's still time for it if you want. Okay, so let's start with Last Light. Last Light is very nice. I love the space theme. You know, I'm very sucker for all this sci-fi stuff. And this is a bit of Rondo kind of game where, you know, there's a rotating circle, and you know, the position it is affects how the games is like and stuff. Although unfortunately, I think I don't really like the aesthetics. You know, it looks like marbles on toothpicks or something like that. It could be good, I don't know, but I can hardly imagine how it will look very good, because you know, it all seems to be very overly colorful and unrealistic, you know, or in very bright colors, or maybe on purpose, you know, so that, you know, you can have a contrast for different players. But seriously speaking, you know, comparing these standees and this, I prefer the standees. The standees looks like there's much more details, you know, and this, man, it's look a bit kiddish. Okay, so if you ask me, I'm not sure why, you know, they're trying to sell this instead of this, because I think the standees looks very good. But the artwork of the cards looks fantastic. You know, some of the you know, a bit cartoonish, but it's the kind of the sci-fi stuff that I like. You know, in the color, the neon, you know, RGB and stuff. And this is the part that I don't really quite like. I used to have, you know, I think marbles or, you know, rubber balls that looks like this, and they are kids' toys, to be honest. You know, like just poke them on a toothpick or something like that. I'm sorry, but I think this looks ugly to me. I hope this is not the final product. And again, look at this. I prefer the standees. I mean, this one has variations, but, you know, the colors are just not nice, and unless you paint them, they are going to look a bit too childish for me. But I'm kind of like interested, because this is a new launch, so I will look into the gameplay itself. I cannot comment because I have not really seen the gameplay, but I'm interested in this project, so I guess maybe I will like follow this so that and I have to actually review my maybe I'll do it later, yeah. So anyway, this is one. Last Light is something that I'm interested. Master Data, I'm not that I'm a big fan of Cyanide and Happiness, to be honest, but not really so much of their games, because their previous games like Joking Hazard and stuff just doesn't click my group. I have like 2 plays, and I have like almost all the contents, but unfortunately that's just 2 plays, and I'm not sure it's even easy to sell it off to someone else. You have to be having the same taste, able to appreciate the same type of humor in order to enjoy the game. So it's not for everybody. Next we have Awakened Realms, the Great War reprint. I think it's a exact reprint. They don't seem to have any additional stuff that's being reviewed here. So this is a very, very interesting game, because let me see if I can quote what they said about here. It's 1 to 4 players. Obviously they're solo, but this is a game where you can play in solo, co-op, semi-co-op, or campaign. Like it's like, so there are many modes to try this out, and they have a lot of wards 8.0 and Silver Excellent again. This actually means a lot more to me. Lots of contents, lots of it, and look at all the miniatures. We have some standees, and we have a like raised platform of the Great Wars, and more miniatures and a lot of cards and stuff. But I feel this will be a table hop, and there's also a very awesome dragon that comes with it, which I have no idea what to do with it. Very, very nice miniatures, because it's Awakened Realms, you can't go wrong with it. So it starts from anything from about let's say about $130 for just the stretch goal and the main stuff. But of course, why stop there, right? Go much more. We have lots of miniatures, as you can see, lots more miniatures in different colors, and we have boards and other stuff. And then we have this 3D wall. Not really 3D, I mean they are like pop-up walls where you put your guys on top of it. And we have like fortification, which looks really nice, because they are inclined, and then it's like it looks like real fortifications. And they have all the storage for this, which I think they probably have got it right, because this is like the second edition. They must have like got it sorted out after the first one. You have Genghis Khan, he looks fantastic. I have a similar miniatures that looks like this. Not for Awakened Realm though. Of course, 5th player expansion is it's always the in thing with Awakened Realms. They're always a 5th player expansion. And we have lots of other stuff. So let's talk about the pledge. So there is usually for Awakened Realms, this is all miniature based only, so we don't have the standee version. I did heard some rumors that there might be a standee version available in retail, not in the Kickstarter campaign anyway, not in the Game Found campaign, I mean. So it comes with 2 versions. There's the Sundrop one, where you will have black wash miniatures. I would like to show you Sundrop, but I think this is not representative. This is a very, very early version of a Sundrop, which actually I don't know if you can see with the poor light, but it's darkened. But of course, this is not representative, because this is like the first version of Sundrop, which is actually not very good. But of course, there are better versions right now. So there's Sundrop, and you have the plain miniatures, which is actually a non-Sundrop. So basically, on all the pledge, it's just basically you want to get the dragon or you don't want to get the dragon. That's all that there is. So if you're not getting the Sundrop, you're getting the dragon with some additional all the gameplay stuff. That's going to be about 190 euros. So it's not cheap, but the Sundrop one is definitely going to hurt you for 250 euros. And of course, there's always the the all-in with a sleeve and every stuff. So of course, if you just want certain stuff, you can just buy the optional buy. But of course, there are majorly 2 big expansion. One of them is the Black Powder. Wow, my hand just hovered it and I actually clicked on it. This is fantastic. We also have Ancient Beast, which I think you'll probably like. And Iron Dragon. But Iron Dragon for $10 is I think it's a no-brainer. You probably want this anyway, right? Just $10. And of course, upgraded resource. All these are pretty optional, non-gameplay essentials. Of course, Sundrop version and stuff. So this is something I have back actually for now. Because I trust Awakened Realms quality, and 8.0 on BGG, the Self Excellence from Dice Tower. I don't think you can go wrong with this. and it's a reprint, so it's probably your chance to get it, because I don't see a lot of people selling this away, not at a reasonable price anyway. People are like, you know, selling this for a lot more than what they paid for on the campaign. The background seems to work very well, so I have to, like, you know, do it the old way. Of course, I cannot not talk about this. Sleeping God Distant Sky. So Sleeping Gods, I got everything for the first Sleeping Gods, including all the Kickstarter exclusive, except then the aesthetics, which I chose not to. It's not that good to get it. Published by Red Raven Games, which mainly is, you know, just Ryan Lockett and his wife, and as well as one or two others writers. So this is like a standalone expansion where you, instead of the boat, you are taking a plane and you get to explore the same world as Sleeping Gods, meet more monsters. One thing that did change now is that there's actually only 5 characters instead of 9, a lot more manageable for solo play. They have a printed, colorful, you know, miniatures of a plane, which absolutely unnecessary, but, you know, good to have. So there's some discounts described here. But actually, to be honest, I actually got Sleeping Gods a lot cheaper than the Kickstarter price, due to free shipping, due to promotions and stuff. So I got it all from retail. So I'm actually thinking, should I actually get this, you know, in retail instead? Because this so far has not opened. So, but he says he has opened this. So there are 4 more miniatures. So it's not an expansion. So, you know, absolutely unnecessary components. There's an optional stuff, which is actually the Premeval for Sleeping Gods. Don't be tricked into thinking that this is a, you know, major big expansion. This is actually the print and play demo that comes with Sleeping Gods, but now they actually decided to print it. So it will cost you $30. I don't think it's worth $30. You can still access the PDF. I will show you where the PDF is in the link below. You know, and if you don't mind printing stuff, I don't mind you reusing some of the you know, optional components from the Sleeping Gods. You know, absolutely you could like get this free if you want to, in terms of gameplay, you know. So not just necessary to buy it if you you know, really want to save some money. They have added something new. That's the foreteller. Foreteller has a very professional recorded audio narrations of, you know, all the various passages and stuff. It's not expensive. Consider, like, you know, consider you're paying like about 10 to 20 hours, you know, for different type of games, and you're only paying about 10 to 15 US dollars for each of these games, and, you know, pay once and you get the whole game, all narrative in. So that is what I find that is pretty good, you know, and especially, you know, for big games like Gloomhaven. I've actually tried the Jaws of the Lion, some of them. And if you really like someone to read it out to you, you know, while you start, you know, preparing your next scene and stuff, it's a good choice. You know, can consider Foreteller. There's some demo and sample. Go and try it out. They have it for Sleeping Gods, so you also can get it as part of the campaign. It requires an app, obviously, and the apps, I think, is available on both Android and iOS. So this is something new. And how does the Flash look like? So with the Foreteller, the kind of like the print and play but printed now add-on for the Sleeping Gods, as well as the Sleeping Gods game, that's going to be about $128, which is not the price I went in. Because if you are willing to forego the print and play and the narration, that's only going to be $85. And you know, I'm going to print this, to be honest. Foreteller, I may or may not get it, because it all depends whether you rather have someone in your group read it out, or, you know, if you're playing solo, it doesn't really matter. Okay, if you enjoy good reading, I mean, why not? You know, $10 is just like, you know, something you will pay for audiobooks anyway. So it's pretty decent and pretty reasonable. And if you have missed out on Sleeping Gods, this is your chance. There is a chance to get Sleeping Gods back, but not at a cheap price. It's about $205. That's quite a lot. Sleeping Gods kind of like cost me 60-ish. And I think this is about 25 and another 15 for the dungeons. That is how much I actually paid for it in retail. Okay, so full transparent. If you want all in, that's $333. I wouldn't advise. I think Sleeping Gods, you could try to get hold of them from retail. That's what my gut says. And I would recommend going in for the $85 pledge. This is my take. But of course, it all depends on what you like. But I must stress again, this game has not a narrative, so you need to like narrative stories in order to be able to appreciate this. And you know, of course, you can also really like Ryan Lockett's artwork. It's really fantastic. I have not watched the documentary because, you know, I did not pay for it, so I really want to see if there's a chance that I will get hold of it to watch the documentary about his journey. I think he's a really fantastic, designers. Not just designers. He did all the artwork. He did all the gameplay. I heard he even did all the soundtracks and stuff like that. So he's really all-rounded, talented, and he has his own company as well. So how many people in the board game scene could you say could do the same? So kudos to Ryan Lockett. So Lawyer Season 2, I'm not interested. This Assault on Doomrock is something that caught my attention. It got funded in 1 hour. This is kind of a dungeon crawler without the dungeon. You're just like doing it on the cards, a little bit like One Deck Dungeons maybe, but a bit more complex than that. One Deck Dungeons is a lot more simple. So co-op, solo available, 1 to 4 players. Pretty good artwork. Don't compare it to their first version. The first version artworks really turn you off. But they have obviously improved because this is like the new edition. So do check it out. All in pledge, although it's not cheap, it's $166. Comparatively this to the Great War, I kind of find that this unjustified. I would rather just back the Great War, because it's just a little bit more. So the only thing that really turns me off is the price point. The price point, for this, it looks interesting, but unfortunately, I think the price is a bit high. So I guess I'm interested, but not interested enough to go in for this at the moment. What else do we have? Bedeville Carnivale is something that it's dark. We have this carnival full of horrors and stuff, and then you're supposed to be able to run this on the Rondo to able to earn points. But there'll be this bad guy with the evil cat trying to screw up your arrangement. Minimum you need 2 players, so I don't think there's a solo mode available. Let me see if I get out. So this is the game board. So as you can see, there's some standees. There's this Rondo thing with powers being triggered on the opposite side and stuff like that. So and there's also a hidden board, probably not. Maybe there's some bidding involved, I'm not sure. So I'm interested in the artwork. The artwork looks good, gothic, dark, and everything. So I'm just not sure how much are we looking at damage. I have not really looked at the pledge level because I'm interested, but not interested to go in at the moment. So there are some stretch goals also. So we have we have to have Cthulhu stuff in almost every of these dark games. I don't know why. So we are looking at about 49 euros for the collector's box, which actually is not too bad. I hope this collector box includes everything. It does, right? Yep. So it's all the stretch goals and special updates all in. There are also other language available. So there's only 1 pledge level. There isn't a lot of confusion about what to back and stuff. I hope I'm not wrong about that. I only see 1 pledge level. So this might or might not turns out to be well for me. I don't have a game about circus and crazy stuff like that yet. So like I said, there's actually still time for you to jump on this Bedeville Carnivale. It's actually it's only 15,000 euro, but actually that's already 300% of their funding. So I guess they were expecting a lot less, but do support it if you feel like this is the type of art style and the type of game that that you that you like to play with. I mean, for me, it's a hit or miss, but the lack of a solo play is kind of yeah. So now we have another game that I'm gonna talk about. This is a solo only game. I guess this is a no-brainer. It's only $15. Just go ahead and click on it and now. Okay lah, that's what I feel so. But there's a print and play version that's already available. The link is actually on the page. So I already printed a set. This is the top parts of the games with the 4 different suits, flowers and everything. And this is the artwork. Really cute artwork. We have a Queen of Flowers, which is kind of the turtle, the Queen of Ice, the King of Flowers, and the Baron of Claw, Prince of Leaves, so on. So look at artwork. The artwork is really nice, and I already have a full review as well as a simple rules and playthrough in another video for Northwood. And so I think this is a simple game, but there's enough complexity inside to really give you a lot of different variations in play, because you only get to play against 8 of the king and queens, and they are quite randomized from the whole deck of cards there. And the position that they are in, you know, this determines the number of tricks you need for different position they are in, and you know, the powers that they give, when to use the powers and stuff like that is very, very intrigued kind of you know, game. For this GameFound project, you will not get the print and play. Actually, you will actually get a physical box with all the 65 cards and the booklet. So the print and play is you know, what I can base on my review is. So you know, do take a look and you know, take it with a grain of salt as well, because you know, the print and play quality is no far different from, you know, the production quality. And this is actually one of the winners in one of the BGG 54 cards competition. As you can see, I think, I'm not sure if they listed award, but you know, they basically won the best game, best art, jury prize for the, you know, this design, and I got nominated by a few, I guess. 8.0, you know, is really, really something. So I guess this is if you are, it's not much risk involved, and also it's 15 USD. I mean, I won't say no risk, it's still $15, but you know, if you want to support the art, and you know, want to support this indie project, to go ahead and back this. And I will take a look at if there's any other projects on GameFound that actually caught my attention. I think there's one more. This is Space Lion. Space Lion is one that the artworks got me in. I feel I really like this, all the, you know, space pirates kind of, you know, paladin knights, you know, with rifle, kind of steampunk, you know, but in space. And but beyond the artwork, I think that's about it, because you know, I really don't know much about the game, and I really, in the first place, the only thing that they present to me is the pledges, which is about $40, and this is for the retail of 12 copies. So I have not really taken a look how to play this, but I think this is more or less like, you know, the 1 versus 1. You know, you have a different type of armies, you gotta deploy. Maybe there's multi lanes, you know, like similar to, you know, the Blade Rondo and kind of stuff. So it's very in that 1v1 thing, you know, with a little bit of tower defense, you know, there's mech cars and everything. So I think the artwork is what really got me, but I'm not sure about the gameplay itself. So I mean, to be fair, I have not tried it out. So, but the cards, the arts looks okay. Pretty sci-fi, you know, but the tokens is a bit plain. Maybe this is not the final version, I'm not sure. So this is the $40 pledge. It depends whether you are in for it or not. Unfortunately, there's one thing that actually will pull me away from this is basically the shipping, you know. So in Asia, there's something from about $27 all the way to you know, actually it's not that bad, you know, consider, but you know, it's just $20 for a game that's $40 is like 50% of it goes into the shipping. So I'm not sure if this is something that you're okay with it. If it's available in retail later on, I might consider, but I'm not so into backing it right now at the stage it's in. So about there is not really a lot that I currently there's you know, out there that I'm very interested in. I really talk about most of them that I'm interested in. There are some upcoming ones which actually, of course, I'm not sure whether you will see them here. There's actually more that is actually coming soon, but they're not here yet. So some of those will be more interesting when it comes along. There will be another one by Awakened Realms, which is, I think, yes, that's the Tainted Grail. So that is something else that I'm very interested in, but it's not out yet. So I guess even for Awakened Realms, they know when to, you know, space out all their, you know, projects, so that, you know, they don't get it all clutter at the same place, you know, so that people have to choose between the projects. So we have here upcoming projects. So we have like Uprising. I kind of like take a look at one of this, but not yet. This is the one that I'm also interested in, the Euthia. I'm not sure if that's the way to read Euthia. And of course, there are more of this, but we shall wait until when there's a launch. Then I'll talk more about it, because no point unless there's some things that, you know, you follow, and you will get some additional stuff, which then recommend you do so. That is especially true for this. If you do follow now, you will actually get, I think, a free gift. So do go ahead and follow this. See, follow this to get a free gift. So there's a free miniature. So why not? I mean, the miniatures looks good. The artwork so far on the game looks good. Just that because it's not launched yet, I'm not so sure about the gameplay itself. It do looks like there's a lot of hexagon involved, but really the, you know, fantasy art and stuff looks good. So it's something that I'm kind of interested, but of course you wouldn't get colorful media like this unless you paint them yourself. So today, that's all for the so-called crowdfund channels. I will end here. If there's any other project you think that I should take a look and I have not covered them, feel free to drop a comment. Maybe I'll go and take a look at it, cover it again soon or something like that. Since I don't really have a schedule, I can always insert another video if I need to. So I guess I'll see you again soon. I hope there'll be more content coming, but definitely not more of what's arrived. I hope so, because I really need to cut down on the amount of games that I actually buy, but buy sensibly. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my contents, and I'll see you again soon.